God of Soma just stay awake today because what?
Soma.
See his expressions. Aww. Hey Bethans, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin Betha. I'm so glad to have you guys here. If today's the first time on my channel, please do what to hit on subscribe button before you leave. Also give this video a very big thumbs up right now or at the end if you enjoyed watching it. Okay guys, the housemates just completed the head of house stroke life nomination, and oh my god, today was quite interesting. Okay, so let me quickly give you guys a breakdown of what happened. Right? So the first thing that happened earlier in the day was Biggie sending in a brief, and when Adekunle read the brief, he had stated that the housemates had to split themselves into 4 different groups, which means that in every group there had to be 5 housemates. Now, it wasn't a case of lucky dip or anything, like you can literally just choose anyhow you guys want it to be. And so at the end of it all, we had 5 teams, and Big Brother also told them that they had to come up with a name for their team, right? So let me just go over that here. In one team, we had Ike, T-Badge, Kiddwaya, Pere, and Cross, and they called themselves the Fantastic Five, right? Then we also had Mercy, Venita, Fraud, Angel, and Cece, and they called themselves Team 5 Stars. The next team included Neo, White Money, Doyin, Princess, Ilebaye, and they called themselves the Vito 5. Okay, and the last but not the least team included Adekunle, Alex, Sheyi, Soma, and Uriel, and they called themselves Group Blizzard. Yes, Group Blizzard, whatever that means. But anyways, they had that, and of course Big Brother started calling each group into the arena to have the first round of the game, which was the seesaw beams, right? So basically what they had in the arena was the seesaw beam. You know that stick up say they go like this. It's neither here nor there. I'll put it for you guys to see, because now I don't know as I want to explain, it's neither here nor there. But seesaw, we all know what that is. Well, we all don't know, okay? But yeah, that was actually the game for today. So these 5 people in one group would head over to the arena, and what Big Brother expected them to do was basically take the ball from the bowl. You have to make sure to put 4 balls into the shallow bowl at the other end of the seesaw beam. I'm sure by now you can see what I'm talking about, okay? But yeah, that's basically what Big Brother expected them to do, and they were supposed to complete that round in 30 minutes, okay? So at the end of the first round, we had 2 winners from each team, right? So for Team Fantastic 5, Ike finished first and then Kiddwaya. For Team 5 Stars, Fraud finished first and then Venita. For Team Vito 5, Neo finished first and then Ilebaye. While for Team Blizzard, Adekunle finished first and then Soma. Now, bear in mind, it wasn't like all of them got it, 100%. Some of them had 3, some had 4. So the ones that had 4, obviously, and then the ones that had 3 next, because at some point, come bless Big just the rush, one they waste time, may they redo them or anything like that. So yeah, but then it was a fair game. Now, after they finished the first round, Big Brother gathered all the housemates in the arena and told them that they were going to have the black envelope challenge again, and they had 5 minutes to actually find the black envelope, right? Now, the first person to find one was Kiddwaya, and the second person to find another was Angel, while the third person was Neo. So when they all gathered back in the lounge, Big Brother had told them to unveil their envelopes, and then we realized that Angel was the lucky one because she had the immunity card in her own black envelope, while the other 2, Neo and Kiddwaya, had better luck next time. Now, it was at this point that Big Brother now called the 8 housemates that qualified from the first round, to move back into the arena. So I'm saying 8 now because we had 2 from each team, and it was time to repeat the same game. But this time around, instead of 30 minutes, they had 10 minutes. And instead of 4 balls, they were supposed to place 5 balls on the shallow tray, right? So by the time they were done with it, there was a tie between Neo and Kiddwaya. But apparently, Kiddwaya actually finished first, and so yes, Kiddwaya was announced the head of house for the week, and immunity goes automatically to Angel. Now, it was time for Kiddwaya to pick his BFFs, right? And the first person he picked was Tolani Badge, followed by Neo, which I think was actually nice. And then he went on to call Uriel and Pere. And of course, the BFF badge was passed over to them. But then again, this time around, they do not have immunity, just like the ones from last week. Big Brother told us that it was only for the first week, right? Now it was time for them to do their live nominations, or so they thought. But then Big Brother announced to them that going forward, there will be no live nominations in terms of coming to call somebody that you think should leave and all of that. Instead, what they will be having is their pardon me please nominations, yeah. And so he called them into the diary rooms one after the other to nominate one housemate that they would like to pardon for the week. So let me just go over that very quickly as well. Big Brother called in Angel and she pardoned Soma. Venita pardoned Ike. CC pardoned Ilebaye. Uriel pardoned Soma. Ike pardoned Venita. Adekunle pardoned Soma. Pere pardoned Cross. Tolani Badge pardoned Neo. Cross pardoned Soma. Princess pardoned Soma. Ilebaye pardoned Doyin. White Money pardoned Mercy, thinking that, you know, they still had their deal and all of that. But yeah, Mercy pardoned CC instead. Okay, Soma pardoned Uriel. Neo pardoned Tolani Badge. Alex pardoned Soma. Sheyi pardoned Soma. Fraud pardoned Adekunle. Doyin pardoned Ilebaye. And Kiddwaya pardoned Soma. Guys, at the end of it all, let me tell you, even before Big Brother even announced Soma or anything, you know, when Soma went in for his own Pardon Me nomination, Baba was crying, you know, but he was just using sunshade to cover his eyes. Then when he went into the diary room, he removed it and bent his head. Immediately he finished, he wore it back, used his cap to cover his face. Big Brother was asking him, Soma, are you okay? He was like, yes, yes, yes. And so immediately he left, he came out crying. So you could imagine the emotions, the rush of emotions, you know, when Big Brother called him as the housemate with the most votes for the Pardon Me nomination. You know, he had 8 Pardon Me nominations. And so when Big Brother called him, most of the housemates ran to him to hug him. It was really emotional. Big Brother was not like, is that tears of joy? He said yes. Then Big Brother was like, then let it flow immediately. Now so tears just a roll. I say, this boy no get mind like that, because wow, it's really nice to see someone, you know, wearing his emotions on his sleeves, especially a guy. You know how guys always want to be, oh, you know, we're strong, we don't cry. Men don't cry. Omo Baba cry. Baba they wail. But then again, it was tears of joy.
Good night.
I'm so happy for Soma, especially because we know what happened the first season. And I think that's why the 8 people actually called his name, because they feel like they need him to, you know, spend more time in Biggie's house and not leave like in the first week or just very early on in the game, you know. That was really, really nice. Angel was so happy. And oh, let me just mention to you guys here, Big Brother had mentioned going forward, if there's an inconclusive nomination, so basically what that means is when there's a tie or like no clear winner of the Pardon Me, Big Brother says that it is null and void. He's not going to, you know, recognize any tie, or because there are 2 people, then maybe they will redo it again. Once there's a tie for that week, no extra immunity. You know, everybody else will put up for possible evictions. You know, so this week, because Soma, you know, won that hands down, he also has immunity. So the only people that are safe in the house for this week include Kiddwaya, who is the current head of house, Angel, who found the black card that had immunity in it, and of course Soma, by virtue of the Pardon Me nominations. Okay, the rest of the housemates, including the BFFs, are up for possible evictions this week. Anyways, guys, that's basically all the gist that I have for you guys on this particular video. If you enjoyed watching it, please don't forget to give me a very big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed already, and of course I would see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.